When a person reaches the age of 45 or beyond, life begins to take on a new meaning. This stage is often filled with mixed emotions. On one side, there is pride in the accomplishments achieved so far, and on the other side, there may be a quiet fear about the changes that aging brings. To embrace aging with positivity means to view these changes not as losses but as natural transitions that can bring wisdom, peace, and opportunities for growth. It is about learning to love every wrinkle, every gray hair, and every experience that time has etched upon you. Instead of struggling against the inevitable, positivity allows you to see aging as a gift rather than a burden. The first step toward embracing aging with positivity is acceptance. Many people spend their later years in denial, trying to chase after the youth that has already passed. They may invest heavily in cosmetics, surgeries, or constant attempts to look younger. While taking care of yourself is important, the obsession with looking youthful often brings more stress than satisfaction. True positivity comes when you recognize that beauty does not fade with age, it simply transforms. Confidence, wisdom, kindness, and calmness are the new forms of beauty that time gives us. When you accept that aging is a natural process that happens to every living being, you free yourself from the anxiety of fighting it. Positivity in aging also means focusing on what you have, rather than what you have lost. By the time someone is 45 or older, there are countless memories, achievements, friendships, and lessons learned. These treasures are far more valuable than a youthful face or the energy of teenage years. Reflecting on the past with gratitude builds a mindset that sees richness instead of emptiness. For example, instead of regretting that your children are grown and you are no longer busy raising them, you can celebrate the freedom and wisdom this phase offers. Instead of mourning the physical changes in your body, you can appreciate the strength that carried you through decades of life's challenges. Another part of embracing aging positively is maintaining a curious and open mind. Many people assume that getting older means becoming rigid or unwilling to change, but the reality can be the opposite. When you remain open to new experiences, technology, hobbies, and friendships, you prove that life never stops evolving. Whether it's learning how to use new digital tools, exploring a new sport, or traveling to places you've never been, the willingness to try keeps your spirit youthful even if your body is aging. Positivity grows when you see each day as a fresh opportunity rather than just another mark on the calendar. It is also essential to surround yourself with positive people. Aging with positivity does not happen in isolation. It grows when you are connected to uplifting relationships. Negative, bitter, or toxic individuals can drain your joy and make aging feel heavier than it truly is. By choosing to spend time with friends and family who encourage you, laugh with you, and respect you, you create a supportive environment that reinforces your own positive outlook. Being part of a community, whether it's social, religious, or hobby-based, keeps your heart engaged and makes aging a shared, meaningful experience. One of the most powerful tools in embracing aging positively is changing your self-talk. The way you think about yourself shapes your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are too old, or past your prime, you create unnecessary limitations. But when you tell yourself that you are wiser, stronger, and capable of meaningful contributions, you unlock new energy and purpose. Simple affirmations like, "I am grateful for the life I've lived and the life I still have ahead," can transform your mindset. Language is powerful, and positivity begins with the words you choose to describe yourself and your journey. Spirituality also plays a role in embracing aging with positivity. Whether it comes through religion, meditation, or personal reflection, connecting with something greater than yourself gives deeper meaning to aging. Instead of fearing death or decline, spirituality teaches acceptance of life's natural cycle. This connection helps you focus on the present moment, finding peace in every stage. People who nurture their spiritual side often show a calm, serene positivity that radiates even in the face of challenges. Physical health cannot be ignored in this journey. Embracing aging with positivity does not mean neglecting your body. It means caring for it with love rather than frustration. Instead of saying, "I can't do what I used to," focus on what you still can do. Walking, stretching, light exercise, and a healthy diet are all ways of respecting your body as it ages. When you treat your body kindly, you feel better inside, and positivity comes more naturally. Even small habits like regular sleep, hydration, and mindful breathing can change your daily outlook. Positivity in aging is also about purpose. When you wake up in the morning with a reason to live, whether it's volunteering, teaching, gardening, or spending time with grandchildren, aging becomes joyful. A life without purpose feels empty at any age, but especially in later years. Finding ways to contribute, share your wisdom, and create something meaningful keeps your heart and mind active. The joy of helping others, passing on lessons, or simply being present for loved ones gives your life lasting value. Lastly, embracing aging positively requires gratitude. Every day that you live is a gift that millions of people never reach. Instead of focusing on what you no longer have, gratitude shifts your perspective to the blessings you still enjoy. The warmth of the sun, the taste of good food, the laughter of friends, the calm of a quiet morning, all of these are sources of happiness that age cannot take away. Gratitude makes you realize that growing older is not a punishment but a privilege. In the end, embracing aging with positivity is not about pretending that challenges do not exist. Yes, there may be health issues, slower energy, or moments of loneliness. But positivity means choosing to look beyond those difficulties and finding beauty in the bigger picture. It is about seeing aging as a journey of growth, not decline. It is about smiling at the mirror and recognizing that every year has made you stronger and more complete. To embrace aging with positivity is to live joyfully, gracefully, and fully, no matter what number your age shows. Maintaining physical and mental wellness after the age of 45 is one of the most important commitments a person can make to themselves. At this stage of life, the body and mind begin to reflect the habits built over decades. Some people may notice slower metabolism, reduced energy levels, or early signs of health concerns, while others may feel the weight of stress, anxiety, or mental fatigue accumulated from years of responsibilities. The secret to living a joyful and stress-free life is not in denying these realities but in proactively nurturing both physical and mental health so that they complement and strengthen each other. When physical wellness and mental wellness are cared for together, the result is not just longevity but a quality of life that feels meaningful, vibrant, and peaceful. Physical wellness begins with movement. The human body is designed to stay active, and when it is not used, it weakens. At 45 and beyond, regular exercise becomes less about achieving an athletic physique and more about maintaining strength, flexibility, and endurance. A brisk walk in the park, light jogging, yoga, or swimming are all activities that keep the heart strong and the muscles engaged. Exercise also stimulates the release of endorphins, the natural chemicals that create feelings of happiness and reduce stress. Even 30 minutes of movement most days of the week can improve energy levels, reduce the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes or heart problems, and keep the joints flexible. By making exercise a joyful routine instead of a chore, physical wellness becomes a lifelong friend rather than a burden. Nutrition is another foundation of physical health. After 45, the body's nutritional needs change. The metabolism slows down, and certain foods that were once easy to digest may now create discomfort or weight gain. Instead of ignoring these signals, listening to the body is essential. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats provides the energy and nutrients needed to support aging cells. Limiting processed foods, excessive sugar, and harmful fats reduces inflammation and protects against diseases. Hydration also plays a vital role, as the body's thirst signals become less sharp with age. Drinking enough water every day keeps organs functioning, skin healthy, and energy levels balanced. Nutrition is not just about eating less but about eating wisely, with the intention of fueling the body for vitality and resilience. Sleep is often overlooked but is a critical pillar of wellness. At middle age and beyond, many people experience disturbed sleep due to stress, hormonal changes, or lifestyle habits. Lack of proper rest not only affects physical health but also damages mental clarity and mood. Developing a consistent bedtime routine, keeping electronics away before sleeping, and creating a calm environment can dramatically improve sleep quality. Sleep is when the body repairs itself, restores energy, and balances hormones, while the mind processes emotions and consolidates memories. Making sleep a non-negotiable priority is a direct investment in both physical and mental health. Mental wellness is equally crucial. Life after 45 often comes with unique pressures, worries about finances, caring for aging parents, supporting grown children, or concerns about retirement and health. These responsibilities can create stress and anxiety if left unmanaged. Mental wellness requires conscious practices to reduce this burden. One of the most effective ways is mindfulness, the ability to stay present in the current moment without being consumed by past regrets or future worries. Simple practices such as deep breathing, meditation, or mindful walking can train the brain to stay calm. When practiced regularly, mindfulness reduces stress hormones, improves focus, and creates a sense of inner peace. Emotional resilience is another key aspect of mental health. Aging often brings unavoidable changes, children leaving home, career transitions, or even the loss of loved ones. These experiences can lead to loneliness, sadness, or a sense of emptiness. Building emotional resilience means accepting these changes as part of life while finding ways to adapt and grow stronger. Talking to supportive friends, seeking professional counseling if needed, or joining community groups can provide emotional support. Journaling feelings, practicing gratitude, or engaging in hobbies that bring joy also help keep the mind in a positive space. Mental wellness is closely tied to brain health. Just as physical exercise keeps the body strong, mental exercise keeps the brain sharp. Reading books, solving puzzles, learning new skills, or even engaging in creative activities like painting or music stimulates the mind and prevents cognitive decline. Staying curious and challenging the brain with new information builds mental flexibility and helps protect memory and reasoning abilities. At a time when many fear memory loss or reduced thinking speed, consistently exercising the brain creates confidence and independence. One of the most underestimated elements of both physical and mental wellness is social connection. Human beings are wired to live in community, and isolation can harm both the body and the mind. Studies have shown that loneliness can increase the risk of heart disease, depression, and even shorter lifespan. Building and maintaining meaningful relationships with family, friends, or social groups provides emotional nourishment and motivation to care for oneself. Laughter, shared experiences, and support during difficult times act as medicine for the heart and mind. Regular interactions, whether in person or virtually, reduce stress and create a sense of belonging. Balance between body and mind is also essential. When physical health is ignored, the mind suffers from fatigue, irritability, and lack of focus. Likewise, when mental health is neglected, the body experiences stress-related symptoms such as high blood pressure, digestive problems, or weakened immunity. The two are inseparably linked, and caring for one automatically strengthens the other. For example, regular exercise not only improves physical strength but also boosts mood and reduces anxiety. Similarly, practicing gratitude not only calms the mind but also lowers stress hormones, which benefits the body. Recognizing this connection encourages a holistic approach to wellness rather than treating physical and mental health as separate paths. Maintaining physical and mental wellness after 45 is not about chasing perfection. It is about choosing small, consistent habits that create long-term benefits. A 10-minute meditation session, a short daily walk, a healthy meal, or a conversation with a loved one may seem small, but together they build a strong foundation of wellness. The key is sustainability, not intensity. Over time, these habits become part of a lifestyle that supports aging with strength, joy, and peace. Ultimately, wellness is a form of self-respect. It is a declaration that your body and mind are valuable, that your life still holds purpose, and that you are worthy of feeling good. By maintaining physical and mental wellness, you not only increase your chances of living longer but also ensure that those years are filled with vitality and happiness. It allows you to show up fully for yourself and for the people you love. Life after 45 can be the most rewarding phase if wellness is embraced as a lifelong companion rather than a temporary goal. Cultivating meaningful relationships after the age of 45 is one of the most transformative steps toward living a joyful and stress-free life. At this stage, life experiences, responsibilities, and routines can sometimes create distance between people, and social circles may become smaller. Children may have grown and moved out, career demands may have shifted, and some friendships may have naturally faded over time. However, this period of life also provides a unique opportunity to invest deeply in the relationships that truly matter, to nurture connections that bring genuine joy, support, and purpose. Unlike casual social interactions or fleeting acquaintances, meaningful relationships are built on trust, mutual respect, empathy, and shared experiences. They have the power to enrich life, reduce stress, and foster a sense of belonging that is invaluable for both emotional and physical well-being. The first step in cultivating meaningful relationships is to identify the people who truly matter. Not every acquaintance or social contact deserves equal attention. It is natural for certain connections to fade over time, and that is okay. The focus should be on those relationships that bring positivity, encouragement, and mutual respect. These are the people who celebrate your successes, stand by you during challenges, and genuinely care for your well-being. Recognizing and prioritizing such relationships allows you to invest your time and energy wisely, creating a supportive social network that nurtures your happiness. Communication plays a central role in building meaningful relationships. Clear, honest, and empathetic communication strengthens bonds and prevents misunderstandings. After 45, life can sometimes make people less expressive or more reserved, but openness is essential. Sharing thoughts, feelings, fears, and joys with trusted friends or family members creates intimacy and deepens connections. Listening is equally important. Being fully present in conversations, offering attention without judgment, and acknowledging the other person's perspective fosters trust and mutual respect. Effective communication transforms routine interactions into meaningful exchanges that nourish both parties emotionally. Emotional support is another critical aspect of meaningful relationships. At this stage of life, challenges such as health concerns, career transitions, or family responsibilities can create stress and anxiety. Having someone to confide in, Someone who understands without judgment can alleviate the emotional burden significantly. Emotional support is not just about solving problems, it is about feeling heard, validated, and understood. Sometimes, a kind word, a listening ear, or a simple gesture of care can bring immense relief and comfort. Relationships that provide such emotional safety contribute directly to a stress-free and joyful life. Shared experiences deepen bonds in ways that simple conversation cannot. Engaging in activities together, whether it's traveling, cooking, attending cultural events, exercising, or volunteering, creates memories that strengthen the emotional connection. Shared experiences build trust and understanding, allowing relationships to evolve naturally. At this stage of life, such activities also bring vitality, fun, and a sense of adventure that combats monotony and reinforces the joy of connection. Doing things together allows for laughter, collaboration, and mutual encouragement, all of which are essential ingredients for a fulfilling life. Cultivating meaningful relationships also involves forgiveness and letting go of past grievances. As people age, they may carry old resentments or unresolved conflicts, which can weigh heavily on their hearts and minds. Holding on to bitterness or grudges not only affects emotional health but also impedes the growth of positive relationships. Learning to forgive, to release anger, and to approach others with compassion can transform relationships and create space for deeper bonds. Forgiveness does not mean condoning wrong behavior, but it allows you to free yourself from emotional chains and focus on nurturing love, understanding, and mutual respect. Another important element is reciprocity. Meaningful relationships are built on give and take. While it is natural to seek support from others, it is equally important to provide support, encouragement, and care in return. Acts of kindness, appreciation, and consideration strengthen bonds and create a sense of mutual responsibility. Simple gestures such as checking in on a friend, offering help when needed, or expressing gratitude for their presence can have a profound impact. Reciprocity reinforces the feeling that relationships are not one-sided but are based on shared values, empathy, and commitment. Quality time is invaluable for cultivating meaningful relationships. Busy schedules, family obligations, and work commitments can often make people feel disconnected. Prioritizing dedicated time with loved ones, free from distractions, is essential. This could be a weekly dinner with family, regular phone calls with distant friends, or attending social gatherings that bring you closer to your community. Presence matters more than gifts or grand gestures. The simple act of being there, listening, and engaging meaningfully strengthens the emotional fabric of relationships. It is also important to embrace new relationships even later in life. While nurturing existing bonds is vital, new connections can bring fresh energy, perspectives, and opportunities for growth. Joining interest-based groups, volunteering, or participating in community activities introduces you to people with shared passions and values. These new relationships can be particularly enriching because they are chosen consciously, often based on mutual respect and shared interests, which creates a foundation for meaningful connection from the start. Mutual respect is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. As people age, they develop a clearer understanding of who they are and what they value. Respecting each other's boundaries, opinions, and individuality fosters harmony and reduces conflicts. It allows relationships to thrive even when disagreements arise, as both parties feel valued and understood. Respect ensures that connections are supportive rather than draining, empowering rather than controlling, and nurturing rather than critical. Lastly, meaningful relationships contribute to overall health and longevity. Research consistently shows that people with strong social connections live longer, experience less stress, and have better immune function. Emotional support, companionship, and a sense of belonging act as protective factors against anxiety, depression, and even certain physical illnesses. By prioritizing meaningful relationships, you are not only enhancing your emotional well-being but also directly influencing your physical health, creating a holistic approach to living joyfully after 45. In essence, cultivating meaningful relationships after 45 is about depth, quality, and intentionality rather than quantity. It involves prioritizing the people who matter, communicating openly, offering and receiving support, creating shared experiences, practicing forgiveness, embracing reciprocity, spending quality time, welcoming new connections, and nurturing respect. These relationships are not just a source of companionship, they are a source of purpose, joy, and emotional resilience. They create a life where challenges feel lighter, successes feel richer, and each day holds the warmth of connection. When relationships are cultivated with care, life after 45 becomes a journey of love, meaning, and fulfillment, allowing individuals to experience aging not as a decline but as a period of deep connection and true joy. Practicing gratitude and cultivating inner peace after the age of 45 is a cornerstone for living a joyful and stress-free life. At this stage of life, people often reflect on the past, weigh their accomplishments, and consider the time that lies ahead. While some may focus on regrets, missed opportunities, or unfulfilled dreams, those who embrace gratitude learn to shift their perspective toward appreciation, acceptance, and contentment. Gratitude is not merely a fleeting feeling but a conscious practice that reshapes how the mind perceives life. Combined with inner peace, it allows individuals to approach aging with calmness, joy, and resilience, transforming daily experiences into sources of fulfillment rather than stress. Gratitude begins with awareness. Many people move through life on autopilot, taking for granted the simplest blessings, a warm meal, a comfortable home, supportive friends, or even the breath in their lungs. When you actively notice and acknowledge these everyday gifts, life feels fuller. This awareness can start with small daily practices, such as writing down 3 things you are grateful for each morning or evening. Over time, this habit trains the mind to focus on abundance rather than lack. It is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending challenges do not exist. Rather, it is about recognizing that even amid struggles, there are elements of life that bring joy, comfort, or meaning. Another powerful aspect of gratitude is the ability to reframe experiences. Life after 45 can bring health challenges, career transitions, or changes in family dynamics. Without gratitude, these events may seem burdensome or overwhelming. By consciously finding lessons, growth opportunities, or silver linings within challenges, a person transforms hardship into a source of wisdom and strength. For example, dealing with a health issue might inspire someone to adopt a healthier lifestyle, spend more time outdoors, or reconnect with their body in a positive way. Gratitude allows difficulties to become catalysts for personal growth rather than sources of despair. Inner peace is closely intertwined with gratitude. While gratitude directs attention to what is good, inner peace provides a calm foundation to experience life without being tossed by external circumstances. Cultivating inner peace involves letting go of excessive worry, resentment, and attachment to outcomes. It is about accepting the flow of life with equanimity, recognizing that not everything is within one's control. When a person embraces inner peace, external challenges, such as conflicts with family, financial stress, or societal pressures, do not disturb their core calm. This sense of serenity nurtures both mental and physical health, lowering stress hormones, improving sleep, and increasing overall resilience. Mindfulness and meditation are effective tools for developing both gratitude and inner peace. By focusing on the present moment, individuals learn to appreciate what is happening right now rather than being trapped in past regrets or future anxieties. Simple mindfulness exercises, like paying attention to one's breath, savoring a meal, or walking in nature, heighten awareness of life's small pleasures. Meditation practices, whether guided or silent, help calm the mind, reduce emotional turbulence, and strengthen the ability to respond to challenges with clarity and patience. Over time, these practices create a stable inner landscape where gratitude naturally flourishes. Forgiveness is another vital component. Holding on to grudges, regrets, or anger disrupts inner peace and blocks the flow of gratitude. As people age, they often carry emotional baggage from decades of unresolved conflicts or disappointments. Learning to forgive, whether oneself or others, is a liberating act. It releases the mental weight of negativity and creates space for joy and contentment. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or condoning harmful actions. It is a conscious choice to prioritize emotional well-being over resentment. When forgiveness becomes a habit, relationships improve, stress diminishes, and life feels lighter and more joyful. Practicing gratitude also strengthens social connections. Expressing appreciation to family, friends, and colleagues not only enhances relationships but also fosters mutual respect and love. A simple, "thank you," a handwritten note, or a thoughtful gesture can transform interactions and build a supportive environment. People naturally gravitate toward those who radiate gratitude because it creates warmth and positivity. By nurturing these connections, a person builds a network of support that reinforces both joy and inner peace. Gratitude encourages a sense of purpose. When a person recognizes the value in everyday life, they often feel inspired to contribute to the well-being of others. Acts of kindness, volunteering, mentoring, or simply listening attentively to someone in need create meaning and satisfaction. Purpose-driven actions not only benefit others but also enrich one's own sense of fulfillment. After 45, when life's pace may slow and certain goals may have been achieved, focusing on giving back or supporting others adds depth and joy to daily experiences. Physical practices can complement gratitude and inner peace. Activities such as yoga, tai chi, or gentle stretching integrate body and mind, fostering a sense of calm and awareness. Engaging with nature, whether through gardening, walking in a park, or watching a sunset, amplifies feelings of wonder and appreciation. The combination of physical movement, mindfulness, and observation encourages a holistic experience of well-being. It reminds the individual that life is a rich tapestry of moments, each worthy of attention and gratitude. Another important element is the cultivation of a positive mindset. Life after 45 often brings comparisons, how one looks, what one has achieved, or how others are faring. Constant comparison can erode contentment and inner peace. Gratitude helps counteract this by shifting focus from scarcity to abundance, from lack to presence. Appreciating personal strengths, experiences, and relationships fosters self-respect and confidence. Inner peace grows when one accepts life as it is, without being trapped in constant judgment or expectation. Consistency is key to making gratitude and inner peace a part of daily life. These practices are not one-time activities but habits that need nurturing. Regular reflection, mindful awareness, and intentional appreciation slowly reshape mental patterns. Over months and years, these practices become an internal compass, guiding decisions, reactions, and relationships. The result is a resilient mind and a joyful heart, capable of facing life's uncertainties with calm and optimism. Finally, embracing gratitude and inner peace transforms aging itself. The physical changes, the challenges, and the transitions of later life are no longer sources of anxiety or fear. Instead, they are viewed as natural stages, each with lessons and opportunities. Daily life becomes richer, relationships deeper, and achievements more meaningful. Happiness is no longer dependent on external circumstances but emerges from a steady inner state of appreciation and serenity. Aging becomes a graceful, fulfilling journey rather than a period of decline, marked by stress or regret.